Chris Ash, the defensive coordinator for the Texas Longhorns, in an article by 247 Sports, described his ideal defense. And in this article, he also described his ideal defensive players for it. That plus more on the Eyes on Texas channel coming up next.
And I say, hey, Lama, hey, how about a little something, for the effort, And he says, there won't be any money. But when you die, on your deathbed, you will receive total consciousness. So I got that going, which is nice.
So finally, Texas is going to be up to speed with speed on the defensive side of the ball in the 2020, coming up in Chris Ash's defense. Finally excited. This new article on 247 Sports just recently came out. Chris Ash, our defensive coordinator of the Texas Longhorns, broke down each position and each ideal candidate for that position. And in this article, he started out with the defensive ends, and coming out for the defensive ends, he even broke down an ideal weight for each kind of sort of classification as well. And the defensive ends, he wants them ideal weight candidates being 260 pounds to 280 pounds. Playing all three downs for the defense, playing sideline to sideline, as well as pass rushing abilities, big time speed rushing abilities, as well as the bull rush. Wants to see the swat and swim move. Ideal candidate for that is going to be the 5-star recruit, Jatavian Sanders from Denton Ryan. He's a player that's an example of that, especially with the pass rush and sideline to sideline capabilities, with the run stuffing capabilities coming up to play as well. Defensive tackles, ideal weight for that, even broke down that for us. He would like the ideal tackle to be between 280 and 305 pounds, with all still maintaining the speed of a smaller player than that. So ideally, Texas is looking to recruit these strong side defensive ends, these 6'4", 260, 265 pound defensive ends, bulk them up a little bit, all while maintaining that speed, that bull rush speed, the capabilities of moving the line of scrimmage back into the offensive backfield where UT wants to put it. An ideal candidate for this is going to be Marcus Burris. He's an example of a recruit, 6'4", 262. He projects to gain weight on the defensive line for the Texas Longhorns if we potentially land this recruit. Has a good body style for that. Great big broad shoulders, good get up, good strong base to drive the ball back downfield, to drive the defensive lineman and the ball back downfield, Linebackers, Chris Ash went into that as well. An ideal candidate for that is looking to be on the offensive linebackers, in the outside linebacker side, someone looking like Overshawn. Someone who's going to be 6'4", very rangy, definitely can play in space, can cover a lot of space with that speed coming down from from the safety position. Overshawn definitely can bring that for us as well. In the inside linebacker position, the Terrence Cooks, inside linebacker from Shadow Creek, a rising 3-star linebacker for us. Obviously not for us. We would love him to play for us. He's a rising star on the recruiting scene for us, Plays exceptional defense down there on Shadow Creek. Can fly to the ball, can run sideline to sideline, can absolutely pass rush as well if we need him to, can read his keys in the guard, but can cover in space and can play in space, and that's what's very important in Chris Ash's defense. And really, what I really mean in as well as playing in modern football, what I mean by that is getting faster and faster by each position. So players like a big safety in 6'4" Overshawn, who was a little bit big, a little bit rangy for free safety, bringing him down to outside linebacker, not really adding on all very much weight, just really using his coverage capabilities to really cover all these receivers that we have in the Big 12, to cover all these big, fast, capable tight ends and H-slot receivers that we have in the Big 12, as well as tackle these big, giant, dual-threat quarterbacks in open space that we have to, and stand up to the run that is also capable in the Big 12 for us as well. Linebacker core has got to be a very versatile core for the University of Texas. Very versatile core. Overshawn, as is now, is 6'4", 215 pounds. Like I said, he is a former safety. Terrence Cooks, the rising star, is going to be the body type for the inside linebacker position. What Coach Ash would like to do there is recruit someone around 205 pounds, bulk them up between 225, 235, all while maintaining that speed and versatility to cover in space, to tackle in space, just what we talked about, i.e. with the defensive lineman as well. Cornerback position, Chris Ash is very strict in his standards here as well. He believes that in his defense, that technique and press coverage is key for all of his cornerbacks. A lot of defensive coordinators say that. A lot of DB coaches say that. But Chris Ash really stresses this in his defensive back. Technique and quick feet is a must for his cornerback. They must change directions hard, be able to cut hard in small and tight spaces. What he's really looking for is that the defensive backs, especially the cornerbacks, who are really good in three-cone drill, who can really cut on those sharp, tight corners and really make those cuts to keep up with all those elite wide receivers that are going to be in the Big 12, and all those quarterbacks that can get the ball to those receivers. In the Big 12, the quarterbacks can put the ball right on the money. They can put it in the basket. They can put it on a dime. So the defensive corners have to be able to cut and stop on a dime with them to break up the ball. Safeties, again, with the high standards for the safeties as well, Coach Ash has. He wants to recruit them around 165 to 180 pounds, and again, build them up just a little bit between 200 pounds for you as well, all while maintaining that speed and versatility and coverage in space, and going sideline to sideline is what it's going to be for Chris Ash in this defense. That is 100% what it's going to be. He's no longer looking for the big, tall, rangy safety, the big-time box safety, that kind of sort of old-school smash-mouth football was in play whenever the run game really dominated. Now in the Big 12, as we know, it's spread offenses. It's aired out big time, throw the ball down the field. Quarterbacks, it's not a big deal for them to have 300 and 350 to 400 yards of passing a game. So we need the defensive backfield to stop and maintain that. And also supporting the run some and backing up the linebackers as well, but really maintaining sideline to sideline and coverage and tackling in space as well. That is what Coach Ash stresses the most: versatility and coverage and being able to play by yourself as well. So that's enough of the defense. That's going to be enough of that. I recently did a video about the running backs that Texas is going to have, and that was pretty exciting to make, really. I called it the Texas Trifecta of running backs. We're going to have Roschon, we're going to have Keontae, and then, of course, we're going to have the five-star All-Star and Bijan Robinson. And what a treat that was. So y'all guys go ahead and check that out whenever you can. The Texas Trifecta coming up for you. But as always, keep your head in a swivel. Keep your eyes on Texas. Hook 'em up, guys.